Hello. You know, with all this going on with the resurgence of a pedophile ring running the world and Pizzagate and all that stuff, and these rich people eating children, and all these missing children that are never seem to be found. It's very rare that you ever find any of these children, and there are so many of them. And it doesn't matter, different color, it doesn't matter, different place where they're from. It's not like one place and one color. It's everybody. So, but I like to say that like Epstein, the rich, the rich and powerful are the ones that are doing this, and it's not just rich; it's powerful. Now, what I mean by powerful is, look at most of your child molesters are coaches, priests, cops, people within power, and people that think they're above the law. They think they can get away with it, and so it's not like a coach isn't really rich, a cop isn't really rich, a priest isn't really rich, but they have an intrinsic power over society and over trust. We have public trust that's involved in their jobs and what they do, and teachers and certain and pedophiles gravitate to those fields, to those jobs, because they know they have the power over children, and they know they can get access. Access is the key to children, you know. And Epstein was just access. And I don't think Epstein ran the whole thing. I think he was just a pigeon, and that's why he was killed in the holding cell, along with another guy that he worked with, was also supposedly killed himself in a holding cell, that was going to talk. And the real people running what Epstein was doing, you'll never hear about. You never know, because they're not out there. They're not out schmoozing with the president. They're telling Epstein where to go, and over a phone call or an email that you'll never get, you'll never see, because that was redacted. If anything was there that would reveal those people, those things were redacted or deleted, and they'll never be released on any website that the FBI or anybody else, or the Department of Justice, whatever you want to call it, they'll never release those names, because they also run the people in the Department of Justice. They run the FBI. They run everything. They don't just run Epstein. They run everything, and they have blackmail on everyone. And it's the Mossad. The Jews are into this in a big way. Putin's into it. Any position of power you have to look at very, very closely. And you won't like what you find, most likely. So, look, I have a good life. I'm not concerned with these people. I don't like seeing them get away with things. They got away with killing Epstein, and I don't think they should. I think Giselle is getting away with, Maxwell, whatever you want to call her, is getting away with her sweet treatment in prison, which has red flags all over it. It's just Tiger Woods has an accident, and the cops come up to him, and who's he says he's on the phone with? He's on the phone with the president. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't smell like impropriety. I don't know what does, And I know he's dating one of his daughters or somebody that's related to Trump. I don't care. He's part of the Pizzagate. He's part of the pedophile ring. So, just like Bill Gates is, the scum of the earth, and he thinks he can decide who lives and dies, and he's into population control and all that, and why do we need robots? We have so many people that have nothing to do, that would want something to do, but yet we need robots. I don't think so. I don't think we need robots. And considering what the robots might do to us one day, it's a real reason not to have robots, I mean, I don't mind the little robotic arm that puts the rivet in the car, on the assembly line for Ford or GM. That's fine. But as far as living in my house and taking care of my children and feeding me, no, I don't need a robot for that. And soon they're going to be robots in the bed. It's not going to be just serving you breakfast. They're going to be serving you something else. That's where they're going. And women will love that, right? Talk about the prostitute from hell. But it costs a lot of money, but she don't talk back, so it'd be worth it. But, it's just, the world is in a weird place right now. It's a weird place. And this YouTube is a scam in itself. You think you're free because, I don't think anybody's even seeing my videos. I don't know who's seeing my videos, but I don't do it for that. I do it because the possibility that somebody might see it. Somebody might wake up. I know somebody watches them, but I don't go for the likes or the views. I don't care about any of that crap. Most of my videos have 0 views, and I don't care. It doesn't stop me. One day they might all have millions of views, each one of them. If that happens, that happens. I'm not changing my story. I'm not taking anything back. And, it is what it is. But all your movie stars, all your rock stars, they got there for a reason. They got put in front of the camera for a reason. That's because they do what the people behind the camera want them to do. They accepted the money to give up their soul. It's like the old Brady, the Brady Bunch show. They just wanted somebody that could fit the suit. I don't care about the guy in the suit. They just wanted somebody that's a suit fit. And that's what they look for, and that's what they found. The Spice Girls, they just wanted girls that they could sell as a group, Didn't matter if they could sing or not, they dub it anyway. But they look good, They didn't write any of those songs, so anybody could have sung them. They were just looking for the people that fit the suit, And now all the Spice Girls, I mean not all of them, but some of them are famous and are finding a second life after Spice Girls. But I never heard of a Spice Girl reunion. I mean, they just can't give up what made them, But it's just ridiculous. It's really, really ridiculous what people do for money and what you people let them get away with. You let them get away with it because as long as you have food in your mouth, your kids go to school, which school is the way they get indoctrinated and brainwashed and taught not to feel, taught not to think, taught to hate, all that stuff and more. And taught to how to obey. I mean, you see that shirt, or see people have that shirt that says obey. It's a subliminal shirt. It's what they want. They want you to obey. And if you don't obey, believe me, you want to pay the price. And that's me. I don't obey. I don't listen to nobody. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. I don't say a lot of things on here because YouTube will shut me down. But not rightfully so, just because of some algorithm they made, But see that God code I made, it can be used. And you're going, God shut me up. It can be used for horrible things. It could be used to entrap you and cage you. It could be used to make some of the worst weapons. You can't even imagine what weapons they can make with that God code. But on the other side of it, they can't trap you. They can't control you because of the God code. Because whatever negative they can make, you can make a positive with it, which will outdo any negative they do. I mean, yeah, people might die, people might get hurt, people might be imprisoned, but someday the God code will be the very code that frees you. And that's the idea, and that's why I put it out there, and that's why I put it to China, I put it to everybody, because it's supposed to free you, not imprison you. But, it's kind of like when you go through a corn maze. At first, you're kind of in a prison, trying to find your way out. And that's what the God code is. Right now, you're in a kind of a prison. They're going to use it to imprison you. But eventually, you'll find your way out, and you'll be free. And that's the reason for the God code, and that's why I put it out there. Because it's going to free you. It has so many possibilities that they can't control everything. They can't lock it down. They're going to try. Just like the corn maze, they're gonna lock it down so you can't get out. And to them, that's a good corn maze. If you can't find your way out, that's a good corn maze. But in the computer world, it's not good. But you'll be able to, somebody, it won't be me, but somebody will figure out a way to break free from the system, from the matrix. And that's what the God code does. It creates a whole new matrix, but it's a free matrix. It's not a prison matrix like the binary. Binary was a prison matrix. God code is not. But they will try to use it as a prison matrix because they want to control you. They want to imprison you. They want to use you for wars and to make the products that they want to make so they can make money. So they can imprison you with your need for money. Why do you think healthcare is so expensive? To keep you working. And to keep you from going to the hospital and getting help to save your life. They want you to say, I don't want to go to the hospital and save my life. It's too expensive. That's what they live for. Because then they don't have to feed you. They don't have to house you if you die. And that's always a win for them. Same as fentanyl. Fentanyl is out there because it's a win. Every time someone dies from fentanyl, it's a win for the government and people like Bill Gates. It's a win. Population control. That's all fentanyl is. Fentanyl is population control. And never forget that.